going to want quite possibly a table or, desk, solid chair to put your hands on at some point. If you don't have one and you can get down on hands and knees, that will scratch that itch just fine. So a lot of times as we're going about our days in a new season that is too much fun to play outside in, we get a little creaky and cranky in our joints. Especially if you aren't that active in the winter, but then the days are long and fun in the summer, and you just get on a roll, things can feel pretty cranky. So today we're going to do a little bit of a stretch break that involves circling through all of the different joints, not most of the different joints in our body here. Um, just because it's easy to remember and it covers a lot of ground. So starting off, let's just take a breath, transition from our morning at work to our self-care time. I'm going to inhale my arms up overhead, take a moment to pause, get in a little wiggle if it feels good, and then exhale, arms back down, thinking about really completely letting go of that air. And inhale, arms back up. If you would like to look at the ceiling, if that helps enhance the stretch for you, you can. And hands back down as you exhale. One last one here. Inhale your arms up and exhale them down. Now we're going to start at the bottom with our ankles, and we're just going to literally circle the ankle in both directions and use our own muscles to try and achieve a stretch. So if you have something to hold on to that might be nice for balance, you could put your foot just barely up off the ground, or you can lift it up a little higher. I'm just holding it at a height that you can see. And I'm going around the clock here. So drawing the biggest circle I possibly can with my toes, working around my ankle. And it can help to think about four corners. So literally pulling my toes up towards my knee, pointing them as far to my right as I can, pointing, and see if I can get a little more range of motion by pausing, squeezing, and then out towards the left, and then back around the clock. So now let's reverse the direction of the circle. If you were going clockwise before, now you're going counterclockwise. Beautiful. Now I'm going to go up the leg and I'm going to bend at the knee here. And I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to draw the biggest circles that I can around my knee. Almost like I'm stirring a gigantic pot of soup with my foot. And if it helps, think about those four corners of the stretch again. You can see my range of motion got a lot better when I started being a little more active mentally with the stretch. And one of the nice things about these circles is we can really start to notice where our creaky points are. Reverse the direction if you haven't already. And it can help us slow down so that we can be mindful and respectful of our bodies. So now we're just working our way up to our hip. And I'm going to take my knee, I'm going to draw the biggest circle I possibly can around my hip joint. So all the way up and around. If you're holding on to something with just one hand, you can use the other hand to help yourself into the stretch a little bit more. And as I'm going around and drawing the circle with my knee, when my leg goes down, I draw my leg back in space a little bit. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Reverse the direction if you haven't already. And it is okay to come across your body line with this left knee. Beautiful. So now let's go to the other ankle. Now this ankle is a little bit goofy for me today, so I'm actually just pointing and flexing rather than doing the whole circle with this side. Just you do what's right for you. You might find that you do different things for different body parts on different days. Check in with your breathing. See how it's doing. Are they shallow breaths? Is it a nice moderate pace? If you haven't switched directions already, go for it. So if you were doing counterclockwise, do clockwise now, or the reverse. And now we'll go up to the knee joint. So if you want to hold on to something, great, but we're stirring that big pot of soup with the foot. The ankle's at just a comfortable angle right now. Whatever it feels like being, it doesn't have to be flexed, doesn't have to be pointed. You could experiment with both, see if they feel different, and then reverse the direction, checking in with those four corners of the stretch. If you do notice there's some gripping in your hip, you could hold the leg up, or you could even do this laying down on your back. Most of the things that I'm doing standing up, you could also do laying down here. Sometimes relaxing can be very helpful. Beautiful. All right, and now taking our knee and drawing big circles around our hip joint here. Going back slightly as our knee comes down all the way, across the body, up and over. Nice. And then reversing the direction of the circle here too. Beautiful. Both feet on the ground. All right, now you're just going to have your feet a comfortable width apart, whatever that means for you. And we're going to work our way up to our shoulders. So I'm going to do big circles for my shoulders. Arms can be extended out, but if you want to start with little shoulder rolls, totally fine. Sometimes if you've got other injuries going on, isolating it to just that one joint is helpful. Luckily, I'm able to extend the arm today. And reverse the direction of the circle. Every once in a while, when I have a cranky body part, I name it after an elderly person that I like. Like this foot today is May, after my grandmother. Moving on to the elbow, just drawing the biggest circle I can around that joint with my wrist. And then I try and treat my ankle as nice as I would have treated my grandmother. And I call her May. And reversing direction. And then going down to the wrist. Now, if you're doing this on your own, it's probably easy enough to do both sides at the same time, especially if you're in a crunch. But if you're really paying attention and you're getting used to the activity, just doing one joint at a time and checking in to making sure that you're using your muscles to find the stretch, that can be enough for you. Make sure that you've gone both directions with the wrist. And we'll move to the other shoulder. So sort of a backstroke movement first, or whatever you did on the other side. Thinking about the four corners. So maybe I'm reaching forward extra, up extra, back to include a little bit of a twist here. Or maybe I'm just really isolating on my shoulder joint, skipping any sort of twisting. It's all up to you. And then we're going to reverse the direction. And we'll switch it up. So we're going to elbows now. Drawing that big circle here. Taking a moment to notice what the cranky parts are. If you have a minute later, what might you choose to stretch on your own? What might be the best way to get at that spot? Reverse direction if you haven't already. And if you already have, you can do one circle one direction, one circle the other direction, just so you aren't getting too lopsided. Sometimes I do that so I don't have to remember to switch direction halfway through exactly. And then wrist on this side. So I like to make a fist with my hand, draw the biggest circle with my knuckles around that wrist that I can. But you could also do this with hand out, the fingers out, up to you. Reverse the direction of that wrist circle now. Beautiful. Now we're going to take care of our neck just by doing some head rolls around to the front. Ear hovers over the right shoulder, around to the front again. Ears close to your left shoulder now. You can just go back and forth as it feels good. Oftentimes it doesn't feel good to roll all the way around the back. It can feel a little floppy back there. So we're just keeping it in this very pleasing range of motion for your neck. Of course, if your neck does hurt doing this, definitely tailor it to your body. Keep it in the safe realm. One last time, each over each shoulder. And bring your head on up. So now we're going to address our spine a little bit. And I'm going to do this in sort of a cat-cow position, hands and knees, hands and feet, if you could put your hands on a desk or a stool or something. And we're going to arch through our back, so allowing your spine to dip in your lower back, trying to push your chest between your hands, trying to draw the back of your head back in space, and taking a really deep inhale in this position, as deep as your body will allow. And then exhale, and we're going to do the reverse. So I'm tucking my chin, I'm tucking my lower back, and I'm just rounding. Hopefully it feels really nice in your lower spine here. And you're exhaling completely as you round. So inhale. You can go as slowly or as quickly with these as you would like. And exhale. I go quite slowly, and a lot of times I'll take 1 to 2 breaths there, just to settle into the position a little more. And now we're coming back to a neutral spine, and I'm going to draw the biggest circle I can with my belly button now. So it will go back and forth between the arching and rounding, but there's also going to be this lateral movement here as the belly button moves around in a circle. So let's do it together. Aiming clockwise first. As your belly button drops, the back of your head goes back in space. And as your belly button tucks in and your back rounds, your chin tucks towards your chest. And let's reverse the direction of that circle. Beautiful. And now we're going to just do some big circles to get a little bit of a twist in here. Open up and down. And one with the other side. So with my other hand, I'm reaching forward, up, back, and down. And that's your 15 minutes. Take a deep breath for yourself. Go forth with the rest of your day and have a great afternoon. Take care, everybody.